What's up, everybody? Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Space Engineers. So our solar panel's still kind of shot. Solar cells are kind of expensive, actually. I've got it up to where I need about 20 solar cells now, and I've even thought about dismantling the little scout ship's solar panel, because that has 16, but I still would be 4 short. I added a couple... let me see if I can get this here. I added a couple of these power efficiency things. You can't really see this one because it's buried, now that I think about it. Let's try this one. There we go. So I added a efficiency thing to 2 of them to the assembler, as that was suggested in the comments, and I didn't really think about it, but it makes a lot of sense. As of right now, we're at a point where I can run both of these for a limited time while drawing off the battery, or one of these individually while still charging, because of the power efficiency modules. So with 3 solar panels at full power at the moment, there's enough juice to do everything we're doing. It is running the refinery at the moment, but you'll also see it says fully recharged in 10 hours, so it's actually gaining more than it's outputting now, which is really good. At some point, I don't know, at some point we're probably going to end up plugging the ship into the base directly, and it won't even need a solar panel on it, because the base will charge it up. But we're not really quite there yet. At the moment, I've been trying to repair the solar panel, and it's gone okay, but not all that wonderful. And I also want to go ahead, we're gonna clear that because I don't have enough to make it. We obviously have a good amount of iron, though. I was gonna say a lot, but I don't know yet. I'd say a good amount, though, because I already made about 400 steel plates and about 300 interior plates and used them on our scaffolding. And we still got probably about another 20 or 30,000 left. So yeah, overall, we're doing pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and wait till the refinery's done before I start building so that this can actually keep charging. And then we'll work on the assembler part afterwards since we have a few plates already. Though, you know what I am going to do, though, is I am going to go ahead and have it make... Well, actually, there's 2 things. I need to make some interior plates. Let's do like 300 of them. That should be fine. And we are going to turn that on for a minute. The other thing is I need to grab this scrap and throw that in there so that that gets taken care of. Is there anything else I can put in here to refine anything? I don't think so. I don't think I have a lot of ore. I just have stone. Useless stone. I mean, it makes gravel, but what does gravel really make? Actually, I don't even know if gravel makes any, or if you use gravel for anything. There's magnesium powder. I am honestly not seeing a use for gravel. At all, in fact. Like, none whatsoever. Unless it's in, like, one of these actual individual... Whatever. Anyways. So, what I'm planning on doing today is twofold. Let's see if I'm... Yeah, see, now it says fully depleted. It still would take it a day, which is good. And I probably should at some point set it to like recharge mode or something when these aren't in use at the moment. So, it was explained to me early on in my series, because I hadn't used with batteries in a while. Semi-auto is, as the tooltip thing here says, it sets it to recharge when it completely hits 0 and then discharge when it's max. So it's kind of like, once the tank's full, it goes to deplete mode, and then once it's empty, it charges again. Discharge makes it only ever discharge, recharge only ever makes it recharge. But if you leave all these unchecked, then it'll kind of do both. Like, if it has enough energy to recharge, it will work on that. but if it doesn't, then it'll kind of be in discharge mode, which is kind of why I leave it that way, because if it needs to output, it can, but if it doesn't, it's basically like picking up the slack for the solar panels, is what I'm guessing. Like the solar panels are doing most of the work for the refinery, and so this is just kind of taking the slack, I think. I could be wrong. Alright, so we have our interior plates, and we have some steel. So what I started doing earlier today, before I started recording, was working on the stairway here, and actually, because I have a big problem with overexpansion. I tend to do this a lot with a lot of these survival type games where I plan a lot of things out, but I never actually finish them. Or I never really get to the point where you're even working on finishing them. You just kind of lay it out and then move on to the next thing. So I'm trying to work better on actually finishing projects and moving forward. However, there is one project in particular that we kind of need to get going, and that's the solar array up on the top of the mountain. Because we're limited by power here because of its one-sided direction, but with us being up here on like the polar area, if I had the solar panels up higher where they could rotate all the way around and maintain a constant power, that would probably improve our situation a great deal. So that's kind of what I want to work on today a little bit, is doing some more scaffolding. I know that this is already pretty scaffolded as it is, and I'm not even sure if that's a word. It is now. But, you know, I just want to basically get the power thing going. Now, the one thing I don't know about is if the power will actually connect through scaffolding, or does it need to be a finished block? I'm fairly sure that it'll connect anyway, without it being actually a... actually, you know what? For expediting processes, I am going to grab a second set of stairs here, and they're going to be left as... Ah, crap, it won't let me do it? Really? That's stupid. Alright, whatever. At least I have the memory thing turned off, so that should work, in theory. Let's test the theory. So we have that. There we go. Alright, cool. So that shouldn't take too long. Okay, so good news and bad news. The good news is the scaffolding is going along well. And as you can see, we're up a little further, which is, this is the turning point I was going to make to where we could go up the mountainside and then kind of go over and kind of just keep bouncing around. The bad news. This is turning out to be like Snake Way up in here. Like, this is a really long walkway. And I don't think that's gonna work. I mean, it works, but two things. One, it's freaking huge that I'm holding shift and running, and we're gonna see how long this takes at running speed. Now, granted, I understand that we could use our jetpack for the most part, but this is kind of like the... If you ran out of fuel on your jetpack and were running back, this is about what it would be like. I don't know. Maybe all you guys are okay with it. I do know that with these stairs costing about 50 interior plates, 30 construction components, and the ramps underneath them are 60 interior plates, that's a lot of iron for just this walkway. I mean, granted, we're looking at a lot of iron anyway, because, you know, these are 25 and stuff like that, but still, each one of these is 60 plus, and then each one of these is 50 plus. That's a long walkway. So yeah, I don't know, I may be reevaluating my plan here. This may not work the way that I originally intended. Well, okay, let me be clear. It will work. It can work. It's totally doable. I mean, you have to throw a ton of iron at it. But it's really the question of, do we want to? Because there's a couple of things that I've thought about. One thing that got brought up about when I had mentioned turning off the wolves or the zombies. was that there are a few ways you can defend against them without turrets and stuff. Like, one person suggested, basically, if I understood it correctly, using the drill to essentially dig a moat around your base, wherever your base perimeter is, because then they just kind of fall in and they can't get out. You run over, you shoot them, you take their stuff. And I was kind of like, that's not a bad idea, kind of thing. However, is this still working? Goodness gracious, the cobalt takes forever to refine. I'm gonna turn I don't need all that cobalt right now, so we're gonna turn off the refinery. I was gonna let it go, but yeah, if we're not really using it that much and it's taking forever, I'd rather have the power just be stored. I don't know how much daylight we have left either. It's already down to 2 blips. Now, I don't know if even this far down, if putting it on a rotor would actually fix a lot of the problem already. Actually, how much... Where's my inventory button? There it is. So I still have 210 interior plates. That was more than I thought. I didn't think I had that many left over after doing that walkway. So yeah, that's kind of more of a... And while I'm here, let me just go ahead and fix these while I'm talking, because the zombies had broken these before. But yeah, so that was one thing. I don't really think the moat idea would work. Well, again, it would work. It's, do I want to do it? And I don't really think I do. It's basically for aesthetic reasons. I just don't like the idea of having all this scaffolding and blah, 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 and then you just have this giant moat around, or worse, you have like little moats around each one of these little pegs or something, which is like, you know, not a fan. But I'm torn. I'm very, very, very torn, to be quite honest, because I really like the idea of, actually, ooh, I just got another cool idea for this. Rather than doing it this way... Ooh, I don't know how I would deal with this awning, though. Here's an interesting dilemma. Can I attach stuff to these at an angle that would make them... And I know it's not letting me attach them right now because of the... basically because of the fact that there's nothing to attach it to, I don't think, is probably what's going on. I don't know why it insists on attaching to the 2 back instead. There we go. Okay, so I don't have the right material, but it could be done. Alright, let me grab a couple of these, because I want to experiment a little bit, because a thought occurred to me while I was building this walkway of doom. Wow, actually 500 bulletproof glass? I didn't know that. A thought occurred to me that we are up in the polar regions of the planet. Like, it's snowing, right? So it's cold. Do you really want this to be open and just be walking around? Granted, it's RP, I know. But it's still an interesting point to ponder, is it's like, do you really want this to be... now that's inverted. So I don't know... I have a hard time telling which way is the clear glass. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'd need this one. Of course I would need the wrong one. Because that's the clear side. Okay, so that's going to be a problem. Because I can't get the tinted side out on this edge because of how it's sitting. It wants to put it on this side of the cube. And if I do... Now this one would work. Okay, so how come the inverted one doesn't work? Hold up. Hold up. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm almost out of energy. What happened? I thought I just refilled my jetpack. Oh, well. So basically what I was thinking of is you might want this enclosed, right? To keep you from getting cold. And again, I understand that that's kind of a role-playing thing and not really a thing that actually has to happen in the game. But then again, technically I don't really even need a walkway or whatever. Now that I have a moisture evaporator stuff, I could just do it that way. So it's all kind of, you always kind of end up RPing a little bit. It's just how far do you take it. But this was just an interesting idea that I thought about messing around with. Oh, I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. Dummy. Way to think. Maybe not a dummy. This is right side. Okay, this is at an angle. That's not the right window. I had that in my inventory thinking it was something else, and it's not. So where is... There we go. Nope. What the... Face. What the heck? Oh, it has all of them. Okay, hold on. There we go. So you'd put that one there, and then you would put this one here. Okay, I thought it was two. I was getting it mixed up. Never mind. We're good, people. Alright, so then you would want this one going like... I can't do that, can I? That wouldn't completely enclose it either. I guess from here I would need a full window pane, probably. I don't know if I want to go 3 by 3 or not. Let's grab a couple of these and see what we end up with. So 3 by 3 could work, but it would kind of end up being overkill, basically. Actually, I wonder if I just did a pane this way, and you did 2 like that, then I could do one like this. Right? That's the wrong... Okay. So you could do one like that, and that would completely encase the walkway in glass. I like that. I am fond of this idea. Let's just make sure it keeps working sequentially. It should. So you would do one there, like so. You would do 2 like this. And then you would flip and do that one. Okay, so we could actually encase the walkway. That's kind of cool. I like that. But again, just add up what that would cost. I mean, so 26 bulletproof. That's 30 right there between those two, and then another 26 per ramp, like per stairway. You're looking at 52, 30, so 82 glass, and like 13, 26, 36, 40, and 46 metal girders for one ramp. And look how many ramps we've got. So this is kind of what I was talking about of, it's a cool idea, but I'm kind of thinking it's a little bit over, basically, material budget, for lack of a better term. Unless we just are completely content with it being scaffolding for a long time. But, you know, and yes, we could fly our way up there and blah, 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 you know. So, yeah, I was just kind of building this, going along, and I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna work the way... I mean, I like the idea, and I really like the overall glass encasement idea as well. I think that's a cool touch. But like I said, I'm just not sure if we've got the... like, I have not played survival in nearly long enough to gauge how... I am going to go ahead and keep building while I'm talking, so we're making some progress, though. I have not played in survival long enough to know how outlandish those material costs actually are. For example, we found one iron resource deposit and I got 30,000 ore, which translates roughly to like even on the low side, let's say 20,000 iron, which it's more than that, but now it does cost you like 7 iron ingots per plate, so with 20,000 it's not going to be like 20,000 plates. So but yeah, so you get my point of, I'm not really sure, since that was only one deposit, if we kept finding more and more and more, you know, that kind of thing, and we get a mining ship, and we get, you know, basically all that kind of stuff, is it something that's actually more feasible than I'm thinking it is? And if that's the case, that's fine. That's why I'm continuing to build, is because if we decide to go with it, I can always tear this down if we don't, but if we do, then I'm, you know, a little further along with my project, basically. And, by the way, for any of you that are paying attention, no, this makes physically no sense. That side of the role-playing side, I haven't really delved into of making them structurally sound or realistic, because there's no... I can't see... I'm no structural engineer by any stance, but I can't see this working at all. I mean, basically up until this point, the only thing holding it up is way back there, so yeah, there's no way. We're going with sci-fi metal. That's kind of my stance. This is sci-fi metal. So, ergo, it holds a lot more than our current metals. Oops. Well, that's probably toast. Oh, no, it's not. Well, I'll be dipped. That's one durable metal frame right there. See? Space metal. That's what it is. Space metal. Yeah, this makes no sense. Even putting a pole under that platform, like, hey, that's there is so much length of that walkway between those two. There's no way. I can't see it in today's architecture ever working. But like I said, space metal. That should be a thing. Should have t-shirts made. But yeah, so I have thought about a couple of other ideas, like maybe doing like an underground base or something. And I guess technically there's nothing that really says we can't do both. Of, you know, lay out the floor plan like I'm doing here, like scaffolding kind of thing, and then, gosh, this just takes forever though. I'm not even anywhere near the top of the mountain. So you guys can see what I'm dealing with. Like, I'm just building away, talking, and then it kind of hits me. I'm like, where am I right now? Like, I'm not anywhere near where I want to be. This is going to take forever. You know, that kind of thing. So, I don't know. Maybe this might turn into, like, an endgame plan kind of thing. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that kind of stuff. Like, is that something where it's like, yeah, no, this is literally going to take you forever. Or something like that. I'm paused for a second there because I keep getting some kind of audio artifact. Like it keeps, I don't know if you guys are hearing that or if it's something with my headphones, but it keeps like popping a little bit here and there, just subtly, every time I was like placing a block or something. So yeah, the idea is sound. Like I said, if this was creative mode, done. Like, this is a cool idea, I like how it works, blah blah blah. But survival, I mean, this is a huge amount of resources devoted to just basically this, like a walkway kind of thing. It's not really even, you know, it's not like you're trying to build your capital ship or something like that. It's like, it's just a walkway. That's what, like, these thousands and thousands and thousands of iron ingots are going to go into. Now, on the plus side, as far as I know, everything I'm building here would only require iron, which is a good thing. That it doesn't require, like, platinum or something, because that would just be stupid. As far as I know, there's not even any platinum on the main planets or anything. You have to, like, go out to either alien worlds or asteroids or something like that. I thought I read somewhere to get to platinum and stuff. Okay. Game seems like it's lagging a little bit, like it's... My frame rate's fine, but it's having to keep up kind of thing. Whew. So yeah, mountain, still far away. Mountain's still far away. Yeah. Now, granted, and like I said, as we progress and stuff, you know, things evolve, that eventually I could tear this back down and replace it with some kind of tram system, you know, once I get more resources going and stuff, where you build some kind of ship with tires on this side and tires on the bottom that's kind of like locked in around this type of railing thing, and then it takes you up and you don't have to walk all this way. You know, there's always things you can do like that as you go, but like I said, there's kind of a scope creep kind of thing that you have to keep in mind of, you know, in creative, that's definitely something that's totally doable. I mean, I could have it probably... I could have this whole walkway built and ready like this afternoon kind of thing, but in survival you have to take into account I have to mine all of whatever I need. Now grant you, this is a big planet, okay? That little tunnel up there got me 38,000 iron. This whole planet is huge. I'm fairly certain the ore is here. Like, I'm not disputing that part. Like, there is probably more than enough ore to do what I'm planning on doing here. Heck, I don't even know if there's enough in there. I don't know. Because I didn't even drain out that iron deposit yet. The question really is do we want to actually work on something this large? Because you all know, as much as I say I'll work on things off camera, I rarely actually have time to put a ton of hours into grinding and mining and building and all this kind of stuff. So it's kind of me trying to keep in mind what's really feasible for me to do. If you guys want to do this, if you want to keep going with it, I am fine with that. I just am trying to basically give a heads up that this is going to take forever and won't be done anytime soon. If you want to kind of split, I'm okay with that too, where it's kind of like currently, because we're not really well set up yet. I mean, we are, clearly I've got materials and stuff, but we're not in terms of, you know, power, and we're still kind of getting by on our power system and everything. The other thing I'm not sure about how to do would be... Oh, wait a minute, I had a different idea for this. So, one thing that I thought about... I know I'm kind of switching gears here and didn't really finish that thought, but there is... Wait, was that a mod? Uh-oh. Tell me that wasn't a mod. Please tell me that wasn't a mod. It might have been a mod. I thought there was curved glass. Like these blocks. The round slopes. I thought there was rounded glass. Well, if there's not, I know that it is from... I know that there's a mod for it, so I can always add that in. But basically what I thought about was essentially adding... oops, wrong one. Get the right thing. Like this, where you have a window here, and basically when it gets up to this, rather than it being flat like a catwalk here, when you got up to this point... In fact, it probably would be this block level right here, like you do straight here, and then you do a curve on this one, and then when you got over to this one, it would be kind of like matching this, a sideways slope kind of thing, and it would curve up, and then you'd have a corner. I hope that makes sense. I thought I had the blocks here. I thought I could do it with vanilla, but I guess I can't. So anyways, I thought about doing something to that effect, where instead of these open canopies type of thing, you would actually have glass walls, and then it would turn into a glass ceiling that then connected to the catwalk and the awning and all blah 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 blah. Basically, I like glass. That's kind of the overarching sentiment there. So yeah, I was all set and ready to like, yeah, let's go up to the mountain, and as I was going, I was like, ooh, this is a lot further than it looked. So basically, keep that in mind, and let me know what you guys think. The other option that I thought of was doing an underground section, and basically a tunnel that goes up. Well, I would basically tunnel down from the peak of the mountaintop, where I want to put the solar panels. Let me see if I can fly up and see it from here. not this one, that one over there. Or maybe even that one. Maybe basically the tallest point, so that as the sun rotates, the solar panels can just rotate around it. So the idea that I had was to essentially go from like that peak right there and dig down, and then just dig, you know, back to my base location here and kind of meet in the middle type of thing. And it would just have a tall, some kind of that one would probably require a jetpack, because there aren't any objects in the game anymore other than modded, which I could throw a mod in for that too. But basically there's no vertical climbing. You have to use like the ramps, because somebody took out the ladders. No names. But so yeah, I thought about doing that, where you just dig down and then do a tunnel, because it would require me to dig, but it wouldn't require any resources. So it would be done much faster, because it's basically just tunnel down and tunnel through, and then you're done. And I don't actually have to build anything that requires resources, and we could still... Though I would have to, I guess, because I'd have to connect the solar panel. Poo. So basically, I'm just biting off more than I can chew. So on that note, I think we're going to wrap things up here for this episode, but let me know what you guys think as far as if that's too big of an undertaking or something, and we need to reevaluate kind of what our stratagem is for our power situation. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.